Hi guys, this is Musa. In this video I'm gonna solve the quiz 3. Okay, the first part, we have a problem of decision making under uncertainty, and we have to make one of the three decisions. We have a decision of movie, DVD, or selling to Broadway, and for each decision I have cost information. Also for each decision I have two possible outcomes like huge hit or mediocre. Also we are given the chances of huge hits for each decision. Also what we have for each decision and for each corresponding outcome, we have the revenues. For instance, if we take the decision of producing movie, we are gonna pay $90 million as a cost. And if it is a huge hit with this chance, 0.1, the revenue is gonna be 500. If it is gonna be mediocre with the remaining probability of 0.9, 1 minus this number, the revenue is gonna be 100 million. This is the idea. So we have three decisions, and we have cost information, we have possible outcomes, and for each outcome we have the corresponding chances. What about the other remaining chances? These are just 1 minus this number, or for this one 1 minus this number, the remaining chances. Okay, first we need to populate our decisions and outcomes on the decision tree. You need to write them on your paper. Okay, let's compute the payoffs. What is the payoff if I take the decision of movie and if it is a huge hit? What is the revenue? This number minus what is the cost? This number. What is the chance of getting this payoff? It is given in the question. It is just this number, 0.1. What is the payoff if it is a mediocre? It's going to be 100 minus the cost, fixed cost. Okay. What is the chance of getting this payoff? It's going to be just remaining chance, remaining probability. This number minus this number, 0.1. Okay? So this is the idea. So for this decision, I have those outcomes, and these are the corresponding payoffs, and for each payoff I have these chances. What is the EMV? It's gonna be sum product, those payoffs, comma, those probabilities. Okay. The idea is actually same for all the other decisions. What is the payoff if I take the decision of DVD, and if it's a huge hit, DVD, huge hit, 200 minus the cost. What is the chance of getting this payoff? It is given in the question as 0.2. What about this? It's gonna be DVD mediocre. This is the revenue minus what is the cost of DVD? It is this number. What is the chance? 1 minus this, the remaining chance. What is the EMV? Sum product of my payoffs, comma, corresponding chances. Okay, for the last part, for the Broadway, actually I have no cost because I am selling. I have just revenues, 30 and 20. Okay, I can either type or make cell reference, this number. And what is this? This is gonna be this number. Okay, what are the chances of getting huge hit for Broadway? It's given as 0.4. What is the chance of getting mediocre outcome? it's gonna be 1 minus this numbers. Okay, the idea is, again, for this decision, what is the EMV? It's gonna be sum product, the possible payoffs, and the corresponding chances. And the first part, question 1. In question 2, it asks what is the best decision based on the EMV. I'm gonna look at my decisions, and for each decision I have just one EMV value. I'm gonna take the decision that has the highest EMV value. Therefore, the best decision is produce full-length movie. Okay, part 2. In part 2, actually we are gonna simulate the payoffs of the best decision of first part, the movie. So what are the payoffs? Those numbers. So in the part 2, I just write these numbers here, and it is given that this is 0.1 in the template, and what is this? We know from the first part. Actually, this is the remaining chance. What is CDF? CDF is just cumulative of my PMF, and it's gonna be this number plus this. Always the cumulative distribution functions, CDFs, sum up to 1. Okay, and it says compute the shifted cumulative column, and it is just shifted version of this CDF. I'm gonna start with 0, and I'm just shifting, okay, those numbers here and here. Why I am doing this? Because for the VLOOKUP and approximate match, I need to shift my cumulative, my CDF, to simulate the payoffs. Because when we look at the VLOOKUP with the approximate match, this is the way VLOOKUP approximate match operates. That's why we are shifting the CDF column. Okay, it says simulate 20 payoffs, and here you need to be careful because we need to simulate the payoffs, not the possible outcomes. So if you highlight this table and if you write 2, the column 2, it's gonna simulate the outcomes, huge hit or mediocre. But in the question I'm asking, simulate the payoffs. That's why, okay, I'm gonna come to that. I'm gonna use VLOOKUP, and I'm simulating, what is my lookup value? A number between 0 and 1, decimal numbers. And for this one we are using rand function, and we know rand function is the standard uniform distribution which generates decimal numbers between 0 and 1. We are using rand function to imitate the CDF of any distribution, comma, I'm gonna make simulations by using this table. Let's fix this table. Okay, so what is the column index number? It says simulate the payoffs. So this is shifted cumulative for approximate match. This is just outcomes, and this is payoffs. So I need to simulate payoffs. That's why the column index number should be 3. Okay, please do not memorize as always like 2. It can be 3, 4, according to what I need to simulate. And I'm gonna use approximate match. Okay. Okay. If you press F9, as you can see, these simulations are changing. Actually, I am simulating payoffs. My numbers are either 10 or 410. Okay, but I'm getting more of 10 because it is PMF value is 0.9, around 90%. Okay, so let's do this. Formula text, and in the first part you need to just report your function here. Okay, for the simulation. Question 3. Question 4, it says write an Excel function in cell I3 to compute dynamically simulated PMF. Okay, so actually I'm gonna count the numbers in the dynamic column, in the simulation column, and I'm gonna count the numbers of 4, 10 or 10. Okay, and since I am just counting a single value, I'm gonna use count if, not count ifs. I'm gonna use count if. What is the range? This range. Okay, and what is my criteria? I'm gonna count this guy. Okay, and since I have how many realizations? I have too many realizations. It says simulated PMF, so it needs to be a number between 0 and 1, like chance, like probability. So I'm gonna divide this number to scale my frequency. That's why it is 20. This is not 1,000. If you simulate 1,000 simulations, you can divide it by 1,000. If you make 500 simulations, you can divide this number by 500. So this is the idea. What is the relative frequency? Okay. What about this? The same idea. Okay. But in the question, I asked what is the formula in this cell for I3, and you need to report this function. You can put dollar signs for direct down. That's okay. I give full credits for any type of dollar sign or without dollar sign. I just gauge the idea of count if, the range, the value, and divide by the 20. Okay. Thanks for watching.